Okay, next time you introduce somebody, just do that. And in today's podcast,
But you can't.
We're here at
Somewhat a long intro.
I know that was a long one, but
I thought you were gonna do sound over on that. I thought you were gonna talk over.
No. You know how like at the end,
before
they're like organizing their paperwork. They're like,
it took me a minute to understand what you were doing.
Telling me I turn no coffee right now.
No coffee, or like somebody's doing their makeup before that.
Yes.
It's like we're on in 3, 2.
Boom, boom.
In case something happens here, we at least got the audio.
Because it's happened once.
Where I forgot to press record, but that was more human error.
But you know what? That was in our beginning days. So far.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have error.
Yeah, you have to. That's the only way to learn.
Exactly.
That's the only way to learn. Welcome back to Two Dads in a Pod. I feel like this.
You almost messed it up.
Yeah, I know. I almost says welcome back to Miguel's Mo because you were in that one, or at least a while ago.
That was a long time ago.
That was pre-video, studio, pre.
Oh wait, are you doing video now?
Yeah, it's recording now. So my camera is here.
All right.
Your
damn.
He does the switch.
Your in-person shot is right here. I got your face.
Peace.
I got you, and like we'll fix the. And the only reason I'm going more
fix my hair. You're gonna make it look good in there.
I can't. I'm not. I don't work magic, dude. I think the only reason I'm like being more in depth of what we're doing when we start is because you're very familiar with production.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Yeah. So so right now it's on you, and then this this shorter one is on both of you.
Both of us. And then that one's mine right there.
And then his is that black Paul,
dude,
bigger
setup,
one.
Dude. Nice.
So yeah,
what are these things right here with the lights?
Those are power supplies.
I see
power
it now.
banks.
I see it.
Those are power banks. I was trying to find something where I don't have to
dope.
have. Yeah, so I'm trying to be as like wireless as possible.
Yeah.
So the network is here. This little TP link, and it's connected to the computer. They're all networked in the laptop and the 3 iPhones.
Nice.
And then the lights. I got the little power banks for the lights too, in case I want to take those with me.
Nice.
So
dude.
at some point. We might be. I'm not gonna aim for outside because last time I tried outside, it was like the wind was still kind of messing up. Even with the noise gate. Oh, the fuzzies. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Dude, those help a lot.
I want the really fuzzy ones.
Oh, I got the
like
real
in Telemundo
ones.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got it
Looks
from
like tennis
Bumblebee.
balls.
They were pretty expensive, but
No.
they fucking work.
Anyway, yeah. No, I know they do. It's just It's like it's a love and hate thing with those fuzzy things. 'Cause we had them earlier.
Yeah,
we
we
had
did.
different color ones just for fun. You know, the little.
I actually like
The foam.
like the foam cover, the pop filters, whatever. And I was just like,
I just call them Mike Jimmys.
Yeah.
Mike Jimmy's. Oh, let me fix your camera, Walter.
Okay, my bad.
Not that you look bad. I'm just
Thank you.
Gotta zoom in. And there you go. That's funny. I like the zoom in part because it recorded that part.
Of course, it's been on record.
Yeah. So my name is Miguel. Back to me, and then we got Walter.
As always.
Say hi, Walter.
Hey.
Say hi to everybody, Walter. And then we got Manuel Medina
What's up?
here with us in the housey, in the hizzy. I don't know. You're a DJ. You know the lingo. So yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll probably have like some random stupid questions about
great
everything.
I love random stupid questions. Cussing is allowed?
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right.
No,
just making sure.
People have been warned.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
Plenty of
okay,
times.
good.
So
On explicit, not made for children.
Oh, I think like we were warned, like your guests were warned.
Oh, no.
no,
So
no.
yeah,
Please cuss.
Feel free
we're
to
warning you.
let
to
it
cuss.
go.
Yeah,
Let it go.
free range here.
Yeah, we don't expect anybody under 18 to be listening.
Yeah,
to
unless we start throwing out some
balls.
And that was on you. I recorded it.
Hey, you don't have to celebrate it. Hey, I love that movie Old School. That's where that comes from.
Old School?
Dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's the
movie.
one with the Will Ferrell, right?
Yeah, dude.
We're going streaking.
That's right.
Come on, snip the loop.
That's right, dude.
Well, yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and if people can find you somewhere, kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, so Manuel Medina. I do event lighting, DJ work. Got a photo booth in 2020 during the pandemic because it was like 30% off, and I'd been looking at it forever.
So you chose the right time.
Heck yeah, dude. And so I guess, and I have a daughter. I'm a single dad, still single. So ladies, you know, I'm kidding. This is the worst pitch. Sorry. Anyways,
star wipe onto his feet.
Hi.
Hi.
You look straight into the camera. You're like, I like long walks on the beach. Have you seen
wide-eyed and open? Hi.
Yeah,
all right,
please.
so we know you're still single. That's the highlighted part.
Yeah,
Got it.
that was. You know, my daughter turned 25 this year. Oh. She still lives at home for free. I told her she'll be paying rent next year. She hasn't saved a damn dime, so I'm like, you know what, dude? You're gonna pay rent.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I might move out.
Bachelor.
I mean,
pad.
crush me. No,
Bachelorette.
Don't move.
Oh yeah.
It's a bachelor. It's gonna be a bachelor pad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's not moving.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
She said she was gonna move out when she was 18, right out of high school, and I was like, "Fucking A, yeah." And then all the ladies that I work with, because I was working at Cuesta at that time, part time.
Were you selling the books?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I remember you the first time. I remember back when I was doing Cuesta. Yeah, I know. Small world.
You know, I worked there the longest. That was 8 years working there.
I was in Cuesta.
I think it was just a comfortable fucking job.
Right.
It was cozy, dude, because I was able to take classes and then, you know, work on campus. It was.
Yeah, no wonder you wonder you looked familiar even during the Father Daughter dance. I was like, is that Cuesta guy? And it was.
I met a lot of cool people through Cuesta.
Right.
But yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
She was supposed to move out and she didn't. And I was like, damn, dude. But the ladies were all like, oh, aren't you going to be sad? I was like, fuck no. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I want to be a man whore when she moves out.
You heard it here, ladies.
A man whore.
A man whore. He's going to be an open book. Every pun intended in there.
Yeah, dude. That's not going to work out. So
you won't need a bookmark.
Doesn't matter where you left off. You can always start from the beginning.
You know what? I think I might change my handle to be at man whore. For my personal profiles.
That reminds me of Deuce Bigelow. That's the first time I ever heard that term, man whore.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Oh.
You see this pinky ring? You know where I got that? Man whore. Stock market.
That was a
from man.
Word.
Oh, man.
So obviously we know you from different places.
Yes.
Yeah. I've worked at a lot of different places.
Yeah.
But again, Cuesta being the longest run, I think Kohl's was the second longest run. Other than self-employment. Like before doing the event lighting and DJ work as a business, I did, and before Cuesta, I did apartment cleaning, and I did that for a long time. Except the chemicals are really bad for you, so I gave it up. It was because I would always wear all these layers when we would strip floors, and I remember coming home and I gave my daughter a hug, and you know she was a baby and she broke out in a rash. I took all my clothes off. I was like, so she didn't get any chemicals, but I gave her a hug, and she just broke out in a rash, and I was like, fuck this, I'm leaving that job.
Yeah.
Self-employed. I mean, it was good money. My overhead was dirt cheap, so there was a lot of profit in that.
Right.
It's a lot of labor.
Yeah.
And I do this because it was a lot of scrubbing the bathroom.
Oh, I thought you get like screwed or something because you're like, you know.
Yeah.
Hand motion was very one. But then you went like this, so you're like, no, it can't be fun, you know.
No. So yeah, I gave that up, and then I just went to work as a regular Joe wherever. Cuesta was one of those places.
Yeah.
So, but it was good.
Yeah, I know. I remember the first time I met you was I was hanging out with Carlos. Yeah.
Okay.
So we were hanging out. We were doing some like music performance stuff. We had a little like boy band in high school and stuff like that. It was. Don't look it up.
Kind of remember that.
I'm gonna ask Carlos about that.
Freedom Voices, we called ourselves.
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
And then we had this guy who rapped in Spanish. So we sang in English and he rapped in Spanish. I don't remember the words, but you know,
Clearly not. Pretty cool though.
Yeah, it was. And then we Carlos did the music part, and then I was more like the oohs and ahs, or at least the melody. Because Carlos did a really good job with
the bass voice,
or actually the lead, and he did the really good part, like and he went higher and whatever, and make the. But we borrowed some speakers from you in your apartment, and then we dropped them off. And I remember walking in there, and your whole house was filled with like equipment. Like,
I still live in that same apartment.
Yeah, I figured. But like, is all the stuff still there? Like, is that how you work out?
No, dude. I finally moved everything out because I was like, I need space. I need space for stuff, and it's just I moved it to a storage unit, 5x5, and then later I had to move to a bigger storage unit, so I went to a 5x10, and then I was like, oh shit, I need more space. So then I went to a 10x10, and I was there for a really long time. But I noticed what should take me like 5 minutes to run in, grab a piece of equipment, and get out was taking me half an hour because I'd have to move all the totes one by one. And fuck, dude, I was like, I'm tired of this. So then I moved over to a 10x30, and now that motherfucker's filled. I was like, shit.
So do you use everything that you have, or you just in case? Because I know you rent out stuff. Is that what you? Yeah. You rent out, so you obviously get
pretty much everything that I have in there. I rent out.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, the speakers, the wireless mics, the lights. I just want to make money from it. It's sitting there, and one day I decided, because prior to renting, I remember even my old buddies that used to DJ with me, or we would DJ. They would always get mad at me because I wouldn't lend out my records. I wouldn't lend out anything that I owned. I was like, no, these are my precious. I'm not lending this out. These are my speakers. Nobody's going to touch them. Yeah. They're just me.
Yeah.
And I don't know what year it was, but I was like, you know what? This shit's just sitting in here not making money. Let's make some money.
Yeah.
The biggest boost was when I bought some used equipment from Bill Gaines. I bought some QSCs, the K10s, and the subwoofer. Mm-hmm. And I paid about $1,000 for the two speakers and the subwoofer, which is a good deal. But it's, to me, for used, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Fuck. I was like, that's all right. We'll transition from using it for weddings and events into the rental department, and I won't feel so bad about renting this used equipment out.
Yeah.
It already looked a little weathered.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll be cool with that. Dude, and that's all it took. And it just opened the floodgates. I was like, fuck yeah, rent it all out. Rent it all out. Yeah. Just rent it all out. So.
Well, that's good, man. I
think I got over 2 miles of string lighting. I have a lot of string lighting.
Well, you have a lot of events are like outdoors, right? So you need to cover all that. And that's one of the things I always think about too, is like, if I'm going to go take this mobile, I need a lot of cable that way, in case the outlet's like far away or something.
Oh, those are extension cords. Yeah,
extension cords, or like let's say these power banks that I got aren't working the way they're supposed to. I still have to have the long reach, charging cable for the iPhones.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's just very interesting how like all the things that go into it. But what you said, when did you start renting it out again, or when did you see the shift happen for you?
It was a lot faster after I bought that used equipment. I can't remember what year it was.
No.
I'm sure in my bio and Yelp, I think it's documented in there, because I remember when I did that bio, I was like, oh, let's do it by year, like, so that people know like my progress. Because I think Yelp suggested something like that. And I was like, oh, that sounds about right.
What you did to enhance the whatever business.
Yeah. My progress, the history of the business.
Yeah.
And because my bio on my old website was something that I wrote out, but it was talking about how I started DJing when I was in high school, and then I went to like a Bukis concert, and I saw how their lights was synced to their music, and I fell in love with that. I was like, fuck yeah. So I integrated that into my DJing, where I was switching like my lights. I had the little control panel under my DJ booth, and I was just switched from the helicopter lights to the beacon light to a strobe light to the black light, but I would change the mood with the music. And I really freaking enjoyed that. So that concert was just like, and I believe it was 8th grade or 7th grade. One of those years is when I went to that concert with her, and I was just like fucking blown away. I was like, damn, dude, this is dope.
Yeah.
But I went to a lot of concerts with my mom in Spanish up in King City, a lot of Mexican concerts. So it was a lot of cumbias and
a lot of houses were cleaned with Bukis music.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And,
oh yeah.
You know, yeah. Think of the weekends when your mom was cleaning or something.
Oh yeah.
Sure enough, they were in the living room.
Yeah. No, my mom really liked playing Eddie Gourmet y Los Panchos Trios.
Okay.
That one album that they have where it has Sabor a Mi. She just loves that album. Matter of fact, she when I moved out and then she was moving from where we lived, I asked her, "Are you going to take all these records with you?" She's like, "I don't know." I was like, "Can I have this one specific record?" Because I had purchased equipment to record my vinyl to CD because I still didn't know how to use a computer at that time, and that was like in 2000.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Yeah." So she gave it to me. I recorded it along with a bunch of other records. And I remember, I think it was like 2018. I think she bought a new car. Like, my mom loves trucks, so she bought a car, like a Honda Accord. I was like, "Oh, damn, Mom, a brand new car." I was like, pimping. Anyway, she rose up in her car to show it off. I get in it. I was like, "Oh, this is nice." And I saw that she had a CD from Eddie Gourmet y Los Panchos Trios. But it said remixed, remastered. I didn't notice that until
afterwards.
Yeah, because I told her, I was like, "Ooh, Los Panchos Trios, huh?
Yeah.
Eddie Gourmet." She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What do you mean, yeah?" It's like, "You played this record at least once a week. At least once a week, every fucking Sunday cleaning."
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean, eh? She's like, no soy igual. You know, it just doesn't sound the same. I was like, "All right, let me hear it. I'll pop it in." And as soon as she popped it in, I was like, "Ooh, that sounds way different." Well, then I looked at the CD and it said remastered and remixed. And I was like, and then I saw a picture and it was like an older picture of Eddie Gourmet. And I was like, that makes sense because that voice does not sound like the one on the album. It sounds like an older voice and the feeling's not there. I said, "Hold on, Mom." So I go to the house, I grab the CD that I recorded. I can pop it in for her. And you can hear all the crackles.
Oh, from the record player. Yeah.
She's like, yes. I was like, "Yeah, take that with you, Mom. Take that with you." So, yeah. So, a good lesson for everybody. Always look at the CDs you buy because it might say remixed, remastered. You don't want that shit.
No.
It's crap. That's a new set of ears trying to enhance it.
If I ever run into a situation where I still buy a CD.
Oh. Okay, so I still buy CDs and records. I still buy CDs.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of vinyl is still popular. I mean, there's still, even the new albums that come out, I see vinyl.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, it's really high price. I think like the lowest I ever saw it was $24.99.
Well, for the demand, because they're not making a lot of it, so.
True.
So now they have to price it up higher to make it worth it.
It's hard to go to everything digital. Like, I still collect physical copies of video games. I don't do digital.
I do like. I enjoy my physical copies because there's going to be someday, and this is true with Spotify. There was a group on there out of Salinas, Quien Sabe, and they had this song. What's it called? Damn it! I just went blank. High Class. The song is called High Class, right? It's a cumbia that's sung in English and Spanish. It's fucking lively. I love playing that. And I was like, "Oh, I'm playing this for Tamale Festival. This is going to be perfect." Except at the end of the song, I do got to cut it out because they do say some bad words in Spanish. So, but that's okay. That's the ending. I can cut it out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You have to be physically aware, though.
I created this playlist and it had that song in it. It was the very first song I was going to play. I was like, fuck yeah. And then a week before Tamale Festival, it was no longer available on Spotify. Like, it showed up, but it was grayed out. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? What the hell? This was the jam. This was gonna pop it off. Yeah. And it was like, oh man. And I was just stressing out. So I was like, fuck, this was the song. This, like, I had this whole playlist. I was like, this was the kicker right here.
That was a trendsetter right there.
I was like, damn. So then I emailed the guys on Facebook or messaged them, and they said that they had changed distributors. So they had to take everything down from every platform.
That's crazy.
Until they can
until they change over and then
redistribute it again.
Yeah, redo their contracts or whatever they were doing. And I was like, damn. Well, that
but there was probably a lot of money involved, so it was worth it for them. But for us,
I'm pretty sure
on the lower end,
again, which is why I like buying my music, because there are things. And there was another song on Spotify that it was a live show in New York in the city park. But it was a different version of Who's That Lady? Dude, the way they just played it and sang it, it was very different from the one on, the standard one. And I was like, fuck, dude. Like, so when they took that down, I was like, I regretted never recording it.
Yeah.
But I found the album. I ordered the album from Discogs, and now I own it. But yeah, I love owning my stuff. I did find the because I was searching every DJ website, every single one, dude.
Yeah.
And I found a DJ website that wasn't very popular, and they still had it on their platform. And so, but the only way to get it, I had to join for like $1.99 for a 7-day trial, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it! I'm fucking download this motherfucker."
That's
so
funny.
then I actually owned it. I was like, "Yay!"
Were you able to play for Tamale Festival?
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, dude. Because like I said, I was stressing out. And I was like, "I'm gonna find this motherfucking song. I'm gonna find it. Someone's gonna have it. I know someone's gonna have it." Yeah. And so I was just doing a lot of searching, and I was lucky I found it, dude. Because I just put me at ease. I was like, "All right, cool." Got it now.
So as far as searching songs for like somebody, they always when you're spinning or you're playing the DJ at a party, somebody's gonna come up. Have you heard of this song? Can you play it? And you're like, oh, I'll write it down and I'll look it up and see if it works or not, right?
Yeah.
In the earlier days when Limewire was around, did you use Limewire at all?
Not at all. So one of my old DJ buddies loved Limewire. I fucking hated it because the quality that came out of that was crap, dude.
Yeah.
He downloaded a couple songs for me and gave them to me, and I was like, these sound like shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, these don't sound good. There's no bass in this. It's all highs.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I took the music recording class at Cuesta that I found out why they were crap.
Because it's just left and right? And there was no mix.
No, the bit rate was really low.
Okay.
So pretty much, a sound wave is like this, like a sideways S, right?
Yeah.
So in digital, it's actually stairs. And every time you get to the peak of that stair, that's the snapshot of that sound wave. That's how the teacher explained it. And I was like, well, that fucking makes sense. Huh. So the more bits you have in there, the more steps you have, the closer you are to that actual sound wave.
Yeah.
So when you get less, you're bigger steps. So everything in between is lost.
Yeah.
All those hertz lost. All those, or not hertz, frequencies are lost.
Yeah.
So that's why that shit was crap.
Did your friend's computer get messed up from LimeWire?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Yeah, that's the big
really
thing is like
many computers.
I gave my computer age just so I can get some free music kind of thing, because it had viruses on there. I remember downloading a few of them, and you can once it downloaded like 10% or something, you can like start playing and preview it kind of thing for yourself. And I would play it. It's like, listen here, America. I did not have sexual relationships. And I'm like, oh, this is one of the viruses. Delete. Because it would be like you had
to preview the song, make sure it was the right one. Yeah,
you'd have to preview it first. But I just thought it was really funny that
that's pretty funny.
Those were in there.
When he gave me those CDs, because I asked him to put them on CDs, I still didn't know how to use a computer. That's why it had to be on a CD.
Oh, that's funny.
Because I actually had some CD players that I could use. It took me. I think I was like 30 years old when I bought my first computer.
And
damn. Yeah, dude.
Damn. Just kidding.
I learned a lot. It was like a $25 computer, so my daughter was like 5 years old, so I was like, yeah, you know what?
Time getting
I can learn. I can learn how to use a computer. And actually having that old ass computer really helped because I learned really quick where these music files were going because I would move them into folders that I thought were easy, but I didn't understand how the structure worked with computers and folders. So then I would go back and be like, where's this fucking song? I just recorded it. God damn it, what did I do? And that's because I didn't know what I was doing. Because he would ask me a question, I'd be like, oh no, put it in this folder. And then I was like, where is this thing? Why is it not playing? So I moved it.
I think that's how I am with iPhones right now. You can save files on your phone and save it on the cloud or whatever, and wherever you have your Apple devices connected or on the same account, you can pull it up from there. Just download it real quick and then you pull it up. But every time I save it, it's like saves it in a different spot, or I feel like because it's not very straightforward. Like, oh, save it on the desktop, or save it on the folder in the desktop, whatever. It's very like.
It's doing it for you.
It's doing it for you. And you're like, oh, so I always have to go to recents. And if it's recent enough, I can still find it. So I'm still trying to figure that part out. And I'm like, But yeah, it's funny how like.
That's why I use Android. Because I can tell it where to save it. Yeah. And that folder lives there. And I know where it's at. fast to find.
You know what's funny? It's I think the reason a lot of people like iPhone is because one, the interface would be a lot easier, just technically for basic phone operating reasons, right? Mm-hmm. But like when it comes to like more specific things, it's like nah, I can't do that. But the big thing was the iCloud part, where it's all connected as long as you're on the same account. But now I saw like Google Play has the Drive, so you can save it all on there. Unfortunately, you have to pay at some point, but it's just one of those things. I mean, you have to pay for any kind of storage, to be honest. Yeah. I just thought it was very interesting that like now everybody has a sort of iCloud or cloud service, but you have to pay for it at a certain point.
That makes sense.
So you learn the computer, but you still stick with CDs mostly still, or are you downloading stuff?
Now everything's on the hard drive. So, dude, I went from having a big hard drive to a smaller hard drive, and now I have a 2 terabyte solid state drive.
Yeah,
from Samsung.
It's insane.
And it had to be Samsung because I heard that Samsung makes damn good solid state drives, that they're dependable. Yeah. Those fuckers are fast. Holy Toledo. When I got a really good computer, when I move stuff from the computer to that hard drive, it is lightning fast, dude. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it also depends on the computer too. So you probably got a decent computer.
Well, I got a fabulous computer. I paid like $2,500 for it.
Oh yeah.
If that's your work,
50% off.
Dang.
No, I think it was 40%.
You waited for
off.
Black Friday?
It was Lenovo.
Oh yeah, they do a good job.
So I walked into a party that I was doing to DJ for these folks that live out in Templeton, out in middle of somewhere in Templeton, big old piece of land. And the guy saw my laptop. He's all, "Oh, the Lenovo ThinkPad. Do you do graphics?" I was like, "No, I don't do graphics. Engineering stuff? No, I don't do any of that. No, this is straight up for a DJ." He's all like, "Because that's what they all use right there." I was like, "Really? The Lenovo ThinkPad?" But it was the only thing I could find with a 17-inch screen. And I didn't want
everything was just like 13, 15.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want a little ass screen.
Yeah.
That doesn't really make that much of a difference. Except for finding shit. Like if I want a bag, very hard to find bags for 17-inch laptops.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Very hard to find a lot of stuff for those 17-inch laptops. And I'm like, fuck.
I mean, you have a small TV around, it's a small television screen.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't use it as a TV, though.
Me either.
I mean, just for DJing. But what gets me is I don't like my old computer, when the pop-up window would come up, like everything was big. All the letters were big. The font was big. Yeah. On this one, everything's fucking small. I'm like,
on the new one?
Yeah, I gotta lean in and be like, what the fuck? That's tiny as hell.
Did you change the font on it?
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
You could probably just change the font.
Fuck, what do I know about that, dude?
Not
Those are all settings that I know nothing about.
You just have to look.
Dude, I barely can get my folders right.
So there's this if you go to settings, you can actually just change the size of everything on the display. You can make it bigger. Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of like, those cell phones that look oversized buttons, oversized letters on the screen.
Like
it's for the senior center. Yeah, it's for the senior. I'm not saying you're a senior. I'm just saying.
Watch your words.
Excuse me, Sonny.
Watch your words.
Excuse me. Where you is at?
Huh?
Get away from me, kid. You bother me.
So there's this show on Peacock right now called Heart to Heart. I don't know if you guys have heard of Kevin Hart's like talk show, whatever.
Who's Kevin Hart?
Yeah. Funny, real funny, man. Funny guy. So he
we have that actually.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
So
you're the effects guy.
We
kind of
because he's closer to it.
He likes to do it.
I like to do it.
I would like to do it, but I'm like, I forget where the buttons are.
We haven't. Actually, this is actually the most I've actually played with it.
Well, you know what? We're gonna play with it a lot more because I want to hear what each one of those does.
Let's see what we got.
Oh, that's my old intro.
Yeah, this is old intro.
Oh shit.
Oh, I can explain this one.
Okay, let's hear the story on that.
What are you going to Jurassic Park or something?
So that one, wait. I downloaded a clip of news intro, and I was going to use that for like a different kind of podcast, like this just in, like a Park Cinemas or something. The movie has done this much, blah blah blah. So I took the MP3. The audio out of it.
Nice, dude.
Nice. That's the way
to do it. Okay, next time you introduce somebody, just do that. And in today's podcast,
But you can't.
We're here at
somewhat of a long intro.
I know that was a long one, but
I thought you were gonna do sound over on that. I thought you were gonna talk over.
No. You know how like at the end
before
they're like organizing their paperwork. They're like,
it took me a minute to understand what you were doing.
Telling the intern no coffee right now.
No coffee, or like somebody's doing their makeup before them.
Yes.
It's like we're on in 3, 2.
Well, at least I did that part. I was like, go.
Yeah, it was funny. So what's the next green one?
Nothing.
Oh, that thing that's
we don't
empty.
have anything with one.
Oh, I can explain this. I can explain this one too.
Oh, yeah, that is the rewind. That's like when I messed up.
When
I said I wanted to be a man whore. That's when we needed to use that. Wait, take that back.
Say it again for the so we can delete it later.
Yeah, do the man whore part.
I want to be a man whore.
Whoa.
I said I fell into a manhole.
And then there's that one.
And then what do we got here?
Oh yeah, that was more of a creepy situation there.
And then
like this watch, He wants to be a man whore.
Look out!
And say the part that you want to be a man whore again. Just say it again.
Oh,
yeah,
the part. I like that one. I like that.
And then we use this one often.
Whimsical.
It's kind of like our indicator to say, okay, the show's reaching an end.
Over.
We can't, we're running out of things to say, something along those lines.
We thought about it when we first started the show. We thought it was the unmanliest sound we could find, so just kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was pretty manly.
To each their own.
That's the first. Thank you. You heard it here first. You hear a lot of things here first.
Yeah.
So, any new equipment that you've been eyeballing?
Yes. The headphones.
Headphones. Okay.
For the silent disco.
Oh.
That's what I'm eyeballing.
You're looking
next.
at wireless then.
Yeah, I'm looking to get.
You can technically get wired. It's just you have to plug it into something wireless.
But the reason I want the wireless, portable, rentable, color changing headphones is that
it's hip.
It's for silent discos, dude. Yeah. I've done 2 weddings where they rented it off online, and it's funny to not have headphones on and watch everybody dancing.
I was gonna ask you. Just hear a bunch of.
Yeah, you do. You
just hear. you just hear
squeaks on the shoes.
You do.
What am I playing basketball or something?
Well, they're outside. They've been outside, so but you can hear the feet, boom, 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 and just you hear people making noises because they're dancing.
No,
a couple
grunts here and there. You don't hear it.
And what cracks me up is that there would be one group that's listening to some like EDM and another one listening to like some slow jam.
The motions are different.
It looks like you're like, what the fuck?
Okay, so when you do that, I need to ask a favor.
Yeah.
So when you do that and you have the audience and they're listening to the headphones and stuff like that, right? Notice if the beans were served that day for like any kind of part of the event.
Okay.
And see if anybody's like taking the opportunity to let one out during silent disco. And see what happens around that person once they do. Like, are people like looking around to see like, is there fire somewhere?
I'll tell you this: if I had to let one go, I would not be hanging out with a bunch of people because I know that shit's going to smell. I'll probably be walking and letting it rip.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, you know how when you drop a pebble in the water and it's like ripples? Yeah. I want to see that with the stink.
No, I just want to try it.
just walk in there. Like
let
not even have
and walk.
Not even have them on.
Though?
Not even on.
I'm sure it happens at clubs. But
I just want to stand there and let it rip then, because I want to see what happens.
I can just imagine. Hey, thank you for doing this event. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just getting ready for the
ready for the silent disco. Oh man!
I'm just, it's like when people carb load the day before for a run. It's the same thing. Just fueling up.
What the kids do now for parties?
Get gas faced.
Yeah. You put and you put that song to the Dizzle
gas
dance.
face, the gas
The
face,
Dizzle
the
dance.
gas face.
There's a gas face song.
The Dizzle dance is not gas face.
Well, you put it look in your face like you smell something. No?
Oh shit! I don't know the lyrics.
No, it's so. I mean, it's just a phrase, like a metaphor, like what you're doing kind of thing. So, like, first you go like this. You put a look on your face like you smell some piss. So you like,
I forgot about that.
that's how the dance goes.
I was never.
I did not know that.
I was never. That's Bay Area stuff, though, right? Isn't it?
It's
that's why
E40.
I never got into Bay Area music. So
we tried doing the Ghost Ride the Whip.
Yeah,
freaking door hit me in the head on the way. We were going downhill too. I don't know why we thought downhill was a good idea.
Put it in reverse or what?
No, so
flip it and reverse
the ideal thing
you don't
is
have suicide doors.
The ideal thing is to leave it in a level and just kind of like let it roll. Yeah. But we were at a
angle.
So I tried to pull the door and because we were going a lot faster than I thought we would have, you know.
Like, oh shit!
Let's go find something level.
Should have used the EDM.
Yeah, or at least go sideways on the hill or something. You know, like instead of.
Yeah. How bad did you hit your head?
Not that bad. Okay. I just had a headache for a while.
So you had probably a concussion.
I might have had a concussion. It could
possibly.
I will not deny or confirm those allegations.
That's right.
But of course, you didn't say shit because if you did,
no. If I said anything, they'd be like, "We're not gonna do it again" or something. We're gonna take you to the hospital, blah blah. And then all of a sudden you have a bill. You know, they saved your life. You could have died. No.
Was this when you were
true.
Still?
Yeah.
When did this happen? Yesterday?
No.
I
forget. Because I hit my head.
I'm overusing that one, but
well played.
Thank you.
You guys got to get the drum roll. The drum roll for a build up.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you have, I can easily just download.
Yeah, we haven't really.
I can get the audio.
Because we haven't really messed around. This honestly,
this is the most we've
ever messed around with it. Because of that, we haven't really. Yeah. We once said, "Oh yeah, we'll look into it," but we just never really did.
That makes sense.
It is a perfect thing, though. I love it.
I need to hook it up to the laptop to be able to program the sound bits on there.
Oh shit, that sounds like so much work.
I know it's so much work.
Sorry,
I put in so much.
So
you know what's funny?
It sound like it was a lot of work.
It does. It is.
I got to connect it to the laptop.
I have to bring the laptop, which is like a size 15 screen. You know, it's heavy.
Man! Oh shit! And it's old.
It's already running slow because I watch so many videos.
You have to haul that laptop. You have to haul that laptop down here.
So you put a lot of work into what you've learned and do so far, right? And how you make a living, right? In regards to, do you ever get somebody within, who somehow knows a little bit of information of how to DJ? Do they ever try to give you advice or point of views? Because you're really good at it.
No, the new DJs that I'm meeting that are in the industry, like doing weddings, we talk shop.
Okay, yeah.
And it turns out there's a lot of common things that we go through.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know it was common. I was like, oh, fuck, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Like one guy, I was telling him, I was like, dude, I DJed this wedding and I was like hitting them with everything and nobody would fucking dance.
Yeah.
So yeah, they fucking do that sometimes. I was like, oh, so it wasn't me.
It was just you.
It wasn't my skills. It was just, that's what they were doing. All right, cool.
Did nobody even come up and ask for requests or anything?
No, they were just doing their own thing.
Oh, okay. They just weren't into it.
I think they were just chit-chatting. Because I remember I did a party years ago. Like when I first started out, I think it was like in 2012. And she wanted old school and R&B. And her husband was turning 50. It was his very first birthday party he was ever going to have. So she went all out. And so I was playing all these jams that I thought they would enjoy, which they did because I saw the head bopping and the feet tapping, right? They came out, danced for a little bit, but then they went back to their tables and they were just drinking and talking. Yeah. And my daughter, love her. Yay, make me feel good. She's all like, I don't think you're doing a good job, Dad.
Oh, shit.
They're not dancing. I was like, but they're tapping their feet. They're bopping their heads. Like, I think that's a good sign. But they're not dancing. I was like, fuck, dude.
No better critic than your own kids.
Yeah. So then I see the birthday boy go up to the bar area, and I was like, fuck, this is my opportunity. I fucking rush over, and I'm like, hey, let's say his name was David. Hey, David, hey, is the music all right? Like, are you guys enjoying this? Oh, dude, you're fucking playing the jams, man. Every song that you put on, we're like, oh, shit, do you remember this jam right here when we were doing so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. He's all, you're bringing back memories. I was like,
so that's
all right,
That's
okay.
That's what the conversations are most likely. They're just reminiscing, not ignoring you.
No, they're enjoying the music,
yeah,
but they're just chopping it up. And they're like, oh,
their souls were dancing.
And he said, it's been 20 years since we all saw each other.
Okay.
So we're just catching up.
Right.
Well, that fucking makes sense. All right. I'm going back to do what I'm doing. I'm going to try not to play as many dance songs to get you on the dance floor. And now I'm just going to play songs that I think you're going to enjoy just as much, that are kind of chill also.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
Because there are songs that aren't like high energy hype songs, but yet they're good songs to kick back and listen to and enjoy.
Of course, yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I know where I need to go.
Yeah, the reason I ask, like, does other DJs like tell you, oh, you should do this instead or that instead, is because every time I see you, I'm like, this is the problem I'm coming up with, the movie theater audio. This is the problem I'm coming up with, or not problems, but like I'm like throwing everything at you. You're like, it's just one of those things, cool things, because like I don't talk to a lot of people that are dealing with audio stuff. So it's like we run into each other. I'm like, oh, I got this new setup. I got lights. I got studio lights. I got all this stuff.
And I enjoy that too, dude. And I enjoy that. Like, I was admiring even the barn doors that you have on your lights. I was like, oh shit, look at that.
Yeah, it looks straight at the light. Yeah, don't do that. I'm still learning.
Can I look at the light?
So happens to me.
I know, because a lot of like YouTube tutorials on how to do this, how to do that, they have it very focused on the light above if you're doing video. But I'm just like, what about like this? There's obviously they can go more in depth in the later videos and stuff like that. But like for a lot of beginners, they don't want to spend hundreds of thousands, up to $1,000, on all this stuff, and like they just want what looks good because they already have sufficient light to at least show people's faces, but at least like accent a little bit. That's it. Like, but anytime you look at all these videos online, they're like, first you gotta have this, and then you gotta have a dampener, and then you gotta do that, and like.
Heavy load.
Yeah.
That is a heavy load right there.
Yeah.
Said,
I want to say it. That's what she said. That's what she said. I was trying to fight it so bad.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad your mind went there before mine. That's all I gotta say.
I'm not doing it.
I'm very happy.
That one. I wish.
There was one. There's also a laughter one in case we ever made a bad joke. But I need to program it.
I think.
That would be a good one.
So when I DJ, like when I do chamber stuff and they're doing the raffle or the opportunity drawing, I use the sound effects a lot. I love using the sound effects.
I use the drum roll one.
The drum roll and the timpani roll I use a lot, but then it's the whap, 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 like when nobody presents themselves to win. I'll use that. And then I'll use the Whipped Cream by Herb Albert. Dun, 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 dun. It sounds like the dating game.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I finally made another playlist that has a bunch of songs that I could use, a little bit like every time I win, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I put a bunch of songs in that list. So because one day there was a lot of prizes giving out. I didn't know how many prizes they were gonna do, and I was like, all right, that's fucking played out. I need to find another fucking song.
I think it might have been that last one that followed our days. The last one. That one had a lot more prizes than I remember ever seeing. Like on the desk and stuff.
Oh, I didn't think it had as many.
It looked a lot more than I'm usually used to seeing. Especially since by the end of the night, like there was so much. Like
this is the father-daughter dance you're talking about?
Father-daughter dance, yeah. So pre-show, that's where I recognized Manuel over here.
Solid.
Yeah. So
he remembered my name, and I was like, "Fuck!" His name was not Ricky. Not Ricky.
Ricky. Wow.
Walter. Sorry. Wait, what is it? It is Walter, right?
It is Walter.
Okay.
I was wondering, where did you get Ricky from?
my brain was working.
Does he look like a Ricky?
Well, yeah, he looks Mexican.
I am.
Ricardo.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's right.
Walter doesn't sound very Mexican.
No
offense to anybody out there, but it just doesn't. But
no, trust me. When I was working J.C. Penney back in the day, like during high school, there was many people that didn't know either. I either got people not knowing if I knew English well or not knowing if I knew Spanish at all. So I'm like in a weird pool, like in the middle, where you don't know what you're gonna get.
That's cool.
It's fun.
So are you Greek? Like,
Do you know what? That actually did happen to me. I actually did go to I went to Greece at like one of those high school EF tour kind of things, and I got to go to Greece. I went to that one, and I was at a shop, and there was this lady who said, she was just being nice. I don't know if she was just trying to make a sell or whatever. But she did say, like, are you Greek? I'm like, no, I'm Mexican. Oh my God, you look Greek. Your facial features. I was like, huh. Okay.
you probably have some Greek in you. Like, you got to do the DNA.
I've done 23andMe, and I have.
Really?
Yeah,
this all spun off of the name Walter. Is Walter a Greek name?
It's German, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
It's just the look on your eye. It was like
Walter.
I was trying to make a bad joke, but okay.
Oh, we don't have the thing.
Which one? The drum roll? That
Yeah,
one?
The whap whap whap.
Oh, the other one. The
No,
whap,
we
whap,
don't
whap.
have
Yeah,
that one.
I gotta put that in there.
But what were we saying? Yeah. No, I did that, and I mean, I'm like, the other half, like,
Wait, from Jalisco? Mexican? Your parents from Jalisco or something?
Nayarit.
Where's that at?
Close. I've never looked at the map. I always forget the map, but it's closer to the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah, or at least it borders it. I think so.
Don't ask me where my parents are from. I say Sinaloa and Durango, and I don't know where that is.
So where are your parents not from?
United States of America.
Okay.
There you go. Everywhere else that's not where they're from.
They're not from Japan.
I think they might be.
That'd be funny if I am a quarter Asian, so.
Are you really?
Know. Yeah.
For what?
My real father's side.
I think he was Cuban.
He's half Cuban, half Chinese, so I'm like half communist.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's crazy.
You heard it here first.
You know, like
that's the news flash.
Oh yeah, like
this whole thing for him to say breaking news. I am half communist.
Yeah. Right. Watch. So, sorry to interrupt your program, but we have some breaking news. Miguel is a possible half communist, and you know how we don't like those commies.
How do you feel?
We don't like communication devices? Comms. Oh, those are comms.
Comms. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Comms.
Damn, I messed that up. I'm sorry. I take that back. Hey, reverse.
That's funny.
Somebody to have the volume up. We have to put the on just in case we do a, you know.
That's right.
We gotta put. Yeah. I usually. Yeah. So the device I have here is called the Rodecaster Pro. And they literally just came out with the Rodecaster Pro 2 with so much more capabilities. And this thing already is like a beast, right?
Well, what's the other one do that this one doesn't?
This one you can connect.
It has a 2 instead of the.
It's a Mark II. We learned from Apple.
That was a good one. That one was a good one. It has a 2 instead of. So.
Oh man.
Try to bring life. So I'm sorry, guys.
That was great.
You made it funny. So the new one, you can put 2 computers into it at once instead of just one computer. So if you had this working and it's picking up the sound, you can control the other one. It's like a live stream as well.
Nice.
That'd be pretty cool. Another one is you're familiar with cloud lifters?
No. I'm not.
Too bad you did not switch on that.
I know. That's why. I'm like, so if there's not enough power for the mic to go into the mixer, there's this little extra power amp or whatever they're called, like cloud lifters or something. They just give it a little bump so that way you don't have to max out the gain. It's actually really cool. I thought about getting one just because like sometimes these feel like they're too high for me, and I don't want to clip it, whatever. So because I'd like to keep it down here. That way I have more room to work with later. But right now they're all
about.
I mean, they look fine.
7 is about a good area to be.
Oh, really?
Are you at 7?
I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just about 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yours is higher. I don't know why that one always needs to be higher. It might be a different mic or something, but.
Trying to eat that mofo. Is it your cable?
Maybe. It could be just a...
Or is it because I was sitting far back?
Possibly.
Is it the same mic or what? Is it a Shure?
I think that one might be a Amazon Basic one. Is it?
It says Shure.
That one says Shure?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
I am sure. Sure, I'm sure.
And this one
Oh yeah, I don't buy any.
This is Amazon Basic. Yeah,
I don't buy anything quality off of Amazon.
I think they were doing a decent job for certain things
for a while. Yeah,
I heard that they were passing some fake stuff that looked like the real stuff on Amazon. Some of those sellers.
Oh, the sellers.
Yeah.
Possibly the sellers, because you can technically be an Amazon seller, but if Amazon doesn't catch what you're selling, sometimes like the quality of it, it could,
Again, why I put all halt on anything like that.
Yeah. So, I got this mic as the Amazon Basic mic because I was messing around. I got like a Pile mic as well because they're cheaper, and I just want to try it. And it looks like a little smaller one. It doesn't have like this little filter. Or this little like
I would still suggest the foam.
Yeah, the filter. Pop filter. Yeah, the foam, the cover, or at least
it's not a pop filter. The foam's not it's a windscreen.
Oh, windscreen. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it will help with the
pop.
Yeah, it would help with that a lot.
Yeah, I tried different mics. I even tried going on AliExpress to get like a cheap mic that looks exactly like this. But I weighed them both after I got them, and the one from AliExpress way lighter. You can definitely tell the quality is not there. And then I plugged it in, and it was like you heard zzz on the background or something like that. It was underpowered or something, and I was just like, okay, not do that again. It was only like $10. It's like
you got what you paid for.
I got this other one behind me because it looked cool, and it was sort of like the Pile one, but the Pile. I want to say Pile or Shure. I think they both
Shure has one.
Shure has one that looks like that.
Are you sure?
It's all
I'm
white,
very
though.
sure.
I mean, it's all silver.
It's all silver, but it's like $200 or something. I can't remember. It was pretty high up there, and this one was like $50.
Oh,
I plugged it in, but now it looks cool behind me. I mean,
it does. It does.
It's very interesting how much like trial and error I did for this stuff. So, did you have a lot of trial and error on your end for certain things?
Yeah, wireless mic being the first one.
Yeah.
I had a cheap one. It was a Natty wireless mic. It was like $100. I was like, perfect. Or $50. I think it was $50. Handheld wireless mic and a receiver. And I used that the first 2 years. And it was when I joined the chamber, was when I realized it wasn't reliable because it was working at a couple. Then I did this one at Summerwood Inn. And when I did the test, I walked out. I was like, oh, perfect. Yeah, it gets everything. Yeah. Mind you, I still had my regular SM58, which I saw this one was a 48. But I had an SM58, the Shure, and I had my cables just in case.
Yeah.
And sure as shit, there was a bunch of people between me and the people speaking when it was time to speak. And so it was cutting in and out, in and out. And I remember one of the guys looks over at me, he's all like, dude, it's cutting in and out. What are you going to do? I was like, shit. And my daughter was with me. And I told him, take this mic. Boom. And I plug it in. I go, take this mic to him. Go along the side of this wall because, like, we had the building against us. And they were on the other side, like 25, 30 feet away. And I told my daughter, walk behind him and let it loose as you're walking. So don't get tangled up and, not have people trip on it. And he did. Homeboy helped me out. He walked it over there. And I was like, fuck, this is so embarrassing. And as soon as he's got over there, boop, boop, unplug the wireless, plug that one in really quick, and he hands it to him, right? And then as soon as he spoke, everybody's, oh, yeah, okay, we can hear you. And I was like, fuck, dude, this made me look bad. This was not good. And I thought I was going to get a bad rap for that.
Yeah.
Turns out I got a lot of compliments that night of how quickly I recovered from that incident. They're like, dude, that was a quick recovery. I was like, wait. Like, you're not, like, upset that happened? They're like, no, you recovered. It was good. Your recovery was fast. And I was like, fucking A, thank you very much. I'm glad I had that ready to go. And I had it ready to go just in case. It was sitting there ready to go just in case. And thank God, dude. Fuck, dude. that would have really sucked because they were announcing some important shit.
Yeah.
And I think that was, like, my first year with the chamber. And I was really trying to impress them with what I do.
Right. Yeah,
because I was, trying to connect with other businesses.
Yeah, I think being adaptable or being
able to do quality control is what.
Just gotta be ready for those incidents.
Well, I mean, because there's probably some people who wouldn't be ready for that, and it's like, well, what do you do? Well, this whole thing.
You'd imagine,
Well, yeah, because everything else is in the car.
Yeah.
I only have what I need there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everything else gets put back in the car. All the extras go back in the car. But that is one extra that even to this day, I still have a quartered mic and cables just in case.
Yeah.
Because you never know what can go wrong, and it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Sounds like a commercial.
Fucking 100%. I enjoy it. I actually
call 1-800.
I actually quit using a wireless mic when I do my announcement at the DJ booth.
Oh, okay.
Because I had a shirt that didn't have the switch on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was good because then people wouldn't be fucking around with that switch. Turns out it's better to have the switch for people.
Turn it off and on.
Yeah, because they look at it and they're looking and I was like, no, I have control over here. I'm controlling that mic.
Yeah.
Not you.
Yeah.
But I bought it with the switch by accident. I bought it by accident with the switch. And I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't want that. But then I used it one day because I didn't have the other one. And I was like, oh, this is actually pretty fucking sweet because I was able to just grab it, turn it on, blah, 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 boom, and just switch it right back down and put it down. Or with the wireless mic, I got to press, hold it for it to turn on, and then I can speak. Yeah. And then I got to press, hold it to turn it off.
Yeah.
And I have to make sure that it turns on and turns off. You know, if it's bright, I got to do this. I'm like, okay, yeah, that LED says it's on.
Light, yeah.
Is it charged? I don't know.
And then the wireless mic, it's still an SM58, but it still picks it will feedback faster than the wired mics, than the corded mics. I don't know how they're built different, but they're built different, and these do have a fuller sound, the corded mics, than the wireless. Maybe because I'm using their BLX series and not their high-end Annex series or the one right below it, which is like $1,500 for the receiver and the transmitter, where I'm paying $450 for the receiver, transmitter, or $400, something like that. So yeah, there's a huge price difference. But again, like I said, I love the handheld because I can turn it off, or the cabled one because it's quick.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, having control over all the equipment is pretty important when it comes to like adjusting, right?
I like fast control, like quick, easy, to the point. Boom, boom, boom. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine having like all these gains like digital?
So yeah, I do.
Oh really? You have it like that,
so,
or is it
no?
Is it both options?
Because the first mixer I ever bought was to record LPs to my CD burner. Okay, it was a Mackie mixer. All right, got it at Jack's Music Factory, and the lady who sold it to me knew what the fuck she was talking about because she was going into lots of details about the electronics behind that, the needle, the cartridge. I was like, ma'am, this is what I'm doing. What you're telling me is going over my head right now. This is what I need. Anyway,
she read the pamphlet. That's what
she knew it. Yeah, she did.
She was the pamphlet.
So that's an analog mixer. Okay. And then I bought me a Soundcraft, the UI16. So I thought, yeah, my iPad, everything's digital, connect everything. Yeah, this is going to be sweet. Well, because I wasn't using an external Wi-Fi, that fucking Wi-Fi shit sucks on it. And if you get disconnected, you have to reconnect to make any adjustments. The only adjustment that you can make on the fly without an iPad or a computer connected is the master volume. I don't like that because there was an incident where we were close, but there was a lot of Wi-Fi going on, and it was interfering. Wow, and we're like, fuck. And it was an important show, and I was like, dude,
how'd you get out of that one?
Shit. Couldn't. We just had to deal with it.
Yeah,
because I didn't go prepared like with a laptop and a straight connection, and I didn't do all that. And I was like, "Fuck! All right, I don't really like this. I don't want to carry a laptop. Like that's not what I wanted. Convenience."
Yeah.
So then I bought another. I bought another mixer, a small one, for different reasons, but that'll connect to a computer. And then I bought a bigger one that will connect to a computer. Also, it's also a Mackie, but it's analog.
Okay.
I've seen a few from Allen and Heath, that a couple of guys that I knew that just do sound, like sound for bands. That's all they do. But they have the same Allen and Heath mixer. and the faders are motorized. So you can go digital with your iPad, and when you move it, it'll move the faders.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah. And one of the guys told me, Cody told me, he's all like, dude, I just love it that way. He's all, because you move it, and it'll remember, and it'll stay there. He's all, other ones, you'll move the fader on your iPad, but the fader isn't motorized. So when you go back to the main console, you're like, shit, all right, where are we at with this? You have to actually move it to find your spot. So I was like, all right, that makes sense. But yeah, it was either that, and I bought the other one because it was, again, I wanted analog, and it was dirt cheap, like only $8.99.
Yeah.
But it had 20-something channels on it, 24 channels.
So Jesus, have you used all the channels?
Yes. We used them last year.
For what event? Or
Tamale Festival.
Oh,
we had we had Brass Smash. Dude, those guys were fun, dude. They played really well. So yeah. And I remember doing their mix. Oh fuck. We connected all 24, like they had their stage plot, sent me what we were gonna connect. But it was 24 fucking channels. And once we got it all connected, because it took us a while to after all the events that went on, getting all their equipment on stage, getting the mics where they need to be, and miking everything, that we got. Oh, and I was missing one of my guys to help me. That's what made it even more stressful, because it was all just me, and I was like, "Fuck, this is gonna be stressful." I couldn't find anybody else. I was like, "All right, it is what it is. We can make." I was stressed the whole day. Turns out I didn't look stressed, but I was fucking stressed the whole day.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do not see that stress on my face. I'm just like, fuck, dude, fuck. Anyways, they were the end of the show. I remember we got them plugged in, and I was trying to do some, mic checking, and because it was a brand new mixer, I forgot that I had muted everything because their mute button was different, or the volume for the fader was different on theirs. I have to change some stuff, like put it on 1 and 2, something like that. I don't know, it was a really small detail that I was not used to, that I didn't realize. I overlooked it, and his mic wasn't working. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And once I got it, I was like, oh, shit, I know what I did. Oh, damn. And once I got it on, he's like, oh, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start right now. We're going to start with this song. And I was like, wait. And I was like, dude, are we not going to do a sound check? He's all, do it as we go, dude. We already burned a lot of time. We got to get going playing. And I was like, oh, fuck me, man. And so I fucking plug in the headphones, and they just start going. And I was like, oh, my God, the drums, and, a lot of brass. Yeah. And I was like, oh, fucking, and, they weren't always singing at the same time or playing the instrument. So I was like, okay, I'm trying to adjust this guy. Oh, he quit playing. Oh, shit. Got to wait for him to come back. Okay. And so I was doing the solo to make sure the volume and the gains were good. I was like, all right. Now I can adjust his volume and get the next guy and the next one and the next one. That was 24 motherfucking channels, dude. It took 3 songs to dial it in. And I know it took 3 songs because one of the guys' girlfriend was in the audience, dancing. And, they had their fan base that came out to see them. And I asked her, I go, hey, I see you walking over talking to the band members. You look like you travel with them a lot. She's all like, oh, yeah, so-and-so's my boyfriend. I was like, oh, how does it sound? And she's like, because we weren't set up we were set up to the side of the stage, which makes it even harder to adjust your volumes, but that's just where they want us. Right. Not in the street, on the side of the stage. So everything was through the headphone, and then I would walk out there to see how it sounded volume-wise, and I was like, fuck, dude, that's like, it's terrifying. Well, she said it took about 3 songs, because the first one was terrible, the second one got better, but after the third one, it sounded solid. I was like, fuck. That's when I was done with all the gains and adjusting all the volumes. But yeah, dude, that mixer thing went off to a whole nother level there.
Jesus.
Story. But yeah, dude, it was that was one of my most stressful moments, was doing the sound for that band, because I was like, nah, we're going, dude. No, I'm not ready.
Fight or flight. But I mean.
Right.
You probably felt really confident after that, like, oh shit, I got it handled if I had to, kind of thing,
Yeah, no, I feel like good about it.
I feel like if you didn't have it handled, whatever, I think that would like kind of pull you towards not wanting to do it as much. It's just little accomplishments here and there, even with the obstacles. I think it helps too. Oh.
Yeah. So a story with that UI is that because it was digital, it didn't work for me the way I needed it to work for me. at 2 different events. And after the second time, I was like, fuck this shit. I am never using that shit again.
Yeah.
Because it didn't work the way I needed it to work. And it just made it a miserable event for both the musicians, for myself, and for the people listening.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I don't want to go through that. I'll do the thing that has some analog to it. I needed to have the analog.
Well, you stuck to what you knew and you were comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, a lot of shortcuts on the iPad, a lot of different windows that you got to go to make it do things, and then it does a lot of different stuff. But I'm like, fuck. Well, that's some shit that I didn't know it was doing. I had to go back and read the manual and find why it was doing what it was doing, and like one of them, it was always muted these channels. I was like, how the fuck did they get muted? Like, why are they in this position? I don't need it in this position. So I just had to go read the manual, and when I saw it, I was like, well, fuck, that's not very obvious. God damn, dude. Like, nah. The one that I wouldn't mind trying is the QSC, the Mix 30, because they have gains at the top for all their channels.
See, that's what I like with when it comes to like mixers or any kind of gains. As long as I can see it and there's not like hidden somewhere that you have to go find or whatever. Yeah. I'm cool with it. We have QSC amps over at the theater, right? And the newer ones, I got all confused because on the back where all the cables are, you see the gains, the 1 channel, 2 channel, right? High and lows. And then we got new QSCs because they're getting old. They're 20 years old, blah, blah. And so we got new ones, and I'm like, I look in the back, no dials. Like,
and the DSP is inside.
You have to take off the panel. So the whole time's like, I don't know how to fix it. Like, it was just take off the damn panel and just adjust it from there.
Oh wait, you got to take off the panel?
Cover. There was a little cover where the dials are. I don't know why. Maybe it's a dust thing that they're trying to,
or
it was
set
weird.
it, forget it, and let nobody mess with it.
That for sure is a thing, especially with the movie theater business. Is like nobody's gonna touch them unless you're gonna like quality check them after something's off. But yeah, I was just like, I can't find them. He goes, they're in the front. Like, I can't find them. Like, they're in the front. I still can't find them. Like, I thought I was going crazy. And then he came in, the tech guy came in, adjusted. He's like, all right, should be good. And then I'm like, he left the panel off for me. So I'm like,
you're like, okay, so like what did you do?
Yeah. You're like, damn, that's where it was. Dang.
It's simple things. Like, I go through it enough to where, like, I know enough to, like, try to diagnose it and fix it. But then one little, like, speed bump, it makes me feel like an amateur. Like one little speed, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's like the worst feeling. But then after you figure it out on your own, it's like it's a little bit better. But if somebody helps you, they're like,
better not tell anybody about this.
Yeah.
Cool shit. I will say though that probably that UI 16 that I was ragging on.
Yeah.
It works for people who do the same thing day in, day out with the same instruments.
Yeah.
Like I can see that working because I saw a band who was using it.
Yeah.
But the guy, already has his presets. He knows where he's connecting everybody. So he's not making any changes.
There's not more adjustments, Yeah. Yeah.
And the coolest thing that I saw about this group is that their XLR cables, because they use the same cables over and over and over again, they put it on this big reel to roll up extension cords.
Yeah.
And they just put it on there, and then they roll each one up. So they have all their 20-footers, their 10-footers, whatever order that they set up and tear down. That's how they put them back. And I was like, dude, that's fucking smart. That is fast.
Yeah.
That is faster than the over-under.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and it's just one nice big fucking roll of cables and pop it in their bag. And I was like, well, that's pretty smart. I like that. But because I do a lot of different stuff, I can't do that.
Right.
Because it's, my 50-footers, my 30-footers, my 20-footers,
the venue
my
changes,
10-footers.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
The way I'm setting up, the distance from speakers. You think it's always the same. Usually it's the same for weddings. Usually it's the same.
Yeah.
Except for the ceremony.
Yeah.
That can change distance with power and how long your XLR needs to be to reach the other speaker.
Yeah.
I do have some wireless transmitters, but it's just more reliable with the cable.
Yeah.
So I like just use,
especially an event that you got paid decent amount for. You want to be solid kind of thing.
Yeah, I do.
Now, if it's something like a volunteer work or something, I think that's when
where
you can
a lot
test.
Of experimentation. A lot of experimentation
comes in.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Troubleshooting those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I even bought a fin for my wireless mics.
A fin?
Yeah, a shark's fin.
Huh? How does that work? What does that do?
Fin?
Yeah, a fin. But what does that do?
So like the antennas, they're omnidirectional. They pick up the signal from all sides. Where the fin is directional. And the one I bought was the the RF Venue fin. So it's got the I can't even remember the name. I'm terrible with my vocabulary, and I apologize to everybody.
It's okay. We'll just test you later.
It sounds like I'm fucking dumb as shit.
I know everything,
but I know how it works. Anyways, so the one fin picks up the signal, and then it has the two antennas on the side, so that if you tilt your transmitter, the wireless mic, sideways, it'll still catch the signal.
Okay.
Because I think it's sending the signal like this.
Yeah.
And then if you tilt it, it's doing it like this. And so your antennas, they're picking up the signal, I think, like this. So catch.
Yeah.
Or the other way, it's not picking it up. There's some crazy shit like that with the radio frequency. But anyways, it's more directional. So it's rejecting, signals from the back. It's more directed to where I need to hear the signal from there. So it's a little stronger. But again, it's that way.
I just came up with the perfect pickup line for you. You're going to use that signal to like throw signals at her.
So what's the pickup line then?
I don't know, but I'll let you handle
throw signals at her with my fin, with my shark's fin.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's hilarious, dude. That actually wasn't the right one I was wanting to push on, but whatever. It works.
We keep an eye on how many people listen to the podcast and stuff like that.
Where you at?
We're
5?
Just kidding. For subscribers?
No, for subscribers, you're not that far.
You're not that far off.
You're not that far. We have 20 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, we're actually.
So you guys are on YouTube?
YouTube, Spotify. The video, it goes through Anchor, and Anchor distributes to Spotify because Spotify owns Anchor. Oh, shit. And Spotify is the podcast app that we use.
Yeah.
And they came out with, now you can put video. So
we just have it so we, if anybody wants to watch it, they can watch it like a TV show, or if you want to listen to it and drive,
turn off the screen.
It's easier. So
that's cool.
Yeah, but since I have a video of it, I just put it on YouTube too. So
exactly.
It just two birds, one stone kind of thing. So I uploaded both simultaneously.
It sometimes changes though. I've noticed because sometimes some more people will watch it on YouTube, versus like listening to it, and then there'll be times where most people will listen to it rather than watch it.
Ooh.
But either way, it gets hits. So
it would be interesting to see the analytics on that of like what day of the week that more was watched.
It would be nice if there was more.
Yeah. It needs to be more.
Yeah. We see one day, and it's like, okay, that's the day we posted it and announced and stuff like that, and then the next day 000.
Because like, Rocky's episode, one of their last guests on there, her episode's like still hitting every so often. It just like
one or two.
Yeah, one or two.
Who's Rocky?
His friend.
My friend, her name is Raquel Reyes.
What does she do?
Works with you, right?
No, she used to work with me. Yeah, I forget what she works at now, but I've just known her for a while, ever since I worked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, we usually.
Maybe she promotes. She'll like, hey, I did a podcast. Check me out.
Probably like her friends and family kind of thing.
Well, she said she would like tell everybody about it. And she has been. So it's something that really depends on like how much you tell people about it. But we do our part. And
we also announce like at the very end every time, like if you have a question or want us to talk about something, let us know. And I think you said we had something, right? Or do you want to talk about it next time?
We actually got one of my friends on Instagram. She actually brought up a topic, and but she's gonna be on a future episode. But it was like the first time that we actually finally got somebody like, hey, have you talked about this before? And I'm like, no. Do you want to be on the show? She's like, yeah, that'll be awesome. Like, perfect. And we got that going on. But we're always open to suggestions and criticism. Really, at this time we're about a year into this show.
Oh.
So actually, our anniversary from the first time we posted was the 26th, I think, of July. And so
that just passed.
Yeah. So it's been fun. A lot of learning experiences, and
I know Miguel's been doing it for a while.
Oh, he's been doing
since pre-pandemic.
Yeah, he was. That's how.
I've always wanted to do a podcast since pre-pandemic, and then pandemic came around, and all of a sudden everybody started doing podcasts. I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to do it anymore.
Yeah. And then
I tried to start it back up, and he was on one of my episodes, And then after the episode, he goes, "Man, I really want to do something like this." Like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, we just did. That's how this came.
It was very funny.
The origin story.
The origins.
No, you know what? It impressed me because now you have that.
That is a game changer. Like I had the I think it's called the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, which is just 2 XLR inputs, and it goes directly via USB-C to the laptop or USB, one of the two, and it acts as as the source of the mic. Going to Audacity and stuff like that. So I was recording on Audacity first, and from there I'd edit, and like there was no video, so there was like not a lot of stuff to do. And then I saw this sucker on one of the YouTube tutorials that I was watching, and this guy, Tom Buck, or So Darn Tom, or whatever you want, however he goes by that username, he has a lot of the stuff that I was looking for. So I'm like, I started looking at all his videos. I'm like, if I would have saw the video for this one a year before, I would have gotten straight to this one, because this does everything that I've wanted to do, whether if it's live streaming or record podcasts or include video in it, that's going to be like all in one kind of thing. And if you break it down, we're talking thousands of dollars worth of equipment into one thing. And I'm just like, sweet Jesus. And then they came out with 2. And I want that one now. But if I get the 2, I'd sell this one or something. It's ridiculous, man.
No, it's nice to see. Now, let me ask you, when you before you upload your audio, do you go in and remove anything below 100 hertz?
No. So
do you move anything below 60 or 40 or 20? You should.
Why?
It'll make it sound better, because then you won't get unnecessary lows.
Oh, okay.
It will make the voice sound cleaner.
Here's my editing process when it comes to like the podcast. For this one, at least, I haven't done any of my other stuff in a while. Everything's going through here. I have the switcher. I think I can hold this up real quick. I'm using a this is a little keypad. Yeah. So every time I hook up a camera to the network on the app that I'm using, it'll number it 1, 2, 3, 4. And so Perfect. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm like, I obviously hide my hands so that we don't see. Ideally, I'd like a person doing the tech stuff, and then we can just chat it up and not have to worry about it. But right now, it's more like a very, very, very just me and him kind of thing. And I used to have it on rotating every 8 seconds, but every once in a while, it will stay on me, and if I'm not talking. So I had to like make sure
quality has been better since you implemented.
I had to make sure I was 8 seconds, and then okay, it was really funny. And then,
I remember when you showed me that. By the way, you're like, "Oh, look, I got this.
I got this." So it's always something better and better and better and better. And then I was trying to. I tried the foot pedals. So I used my regular laptop, Windows laptop, to program a combination of keys. 1 enter, 2 enter on each single paddle, but it wasn't working with my iPad. So I will plug it in. But this works. It was via USB, so it wasn't working. So I try to keep things as simple as possible and as easy as possible. So when it comes to like the audio, I don't even touch the audio alone anymore. I just crop whatever I need to from the video, put the intro, the outro, and then upload it. Because I'm more right now, I'm like focused on just like getting it uploaded as soon as possible. But if I had like a tech person handling all that stuff, I would probably have more time to do like all the extra stuff.
Pretty damn easy. Just go in there to your filter and be like, remove
the
all
filter on what?
Well, like,
Audacity?
Like in Audacity. It's what I use.
Well, what I would have to do,
clean up people's sounds.
Yeah. What I would have to do is export the audio of the finished product, export the audio, then cut it, then put it back in and sync it back together. That's what I would have to do. Which I could.
Sounds like a lot of work.
I know it's a lot.
That sounds like more work than bringing out the laptop.
Well, the laptop I only have to bring down if I have to program new stuff or update software.
That's what I say.
Like that, which is months from now. Yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, no. It's
you keep
it's
looking
pretty
at
straightforward.
Your watch. Is it time to go?
No, somebody texted me and at some point.
Oh, are we that boring? Are we that boring? Damn, that's messed up.
So here's
no.
Hold
on.
So
hold on. I gotta take this call, Mom. I'm on a podcast right now.
Here's the thing. No, it's not Los Bukis.
So no, it's not Los Bukis. So here's the thing that sucks with like I love my job, But the thing that sucks is I am the general manager, so I get a lot of things going through. And for some reason, like I look at my watch. I try to, but I don't always have it on. So my habit isn't to look at the watch. It's to pull out the phone. I'm like, God damn it!
What, does it not vibrate on your hand?
It does.
You just don't feel it.
You're just not used to it sometimes.
Yeah, it's so numb. I'm just kidding.
It's because I work out, man. Too much muscle there. Oh, I can't feel that.
Yeah. No, it's just
hands of steel.
I treat, if it's work or family or like my wife, anything that goes through, it's to me emergency. I treat it like as an emergency because like, what if I miss that one phone call? What if I miss that one text? What if I, it's weird. I don't know why, but that's just how my brain functions. And, but then it's like, it's not that phone call. It's not that text. And it bugs me and annoys me a little bit. I'm like, you should either have that information or that question could have been a text or something, just things, small things like that. But I'm like, it's just the world I live in kind of thing, which is, kind of sucks. The cool thing about you is like, you're your own boss. Unless you have somebody going to work an event for you, it's like, hey, what's going on? But you told me
close to there.
Yeah, you told me there was one event you didn't have to worry about recently, right?
Brew at the Zoo. Yeah. Because I wanted to go to my cousin's 5th anniversary party. I went to his wedding. I wasn't drinking that year. I was the only sober motherfucker at that wedding besides his parents, my tío and my tía. And that fucking blew. Because everybody was getting smashed, having a good time. And I was like, man. But he put me to work also. And I was like, shit, that's not cool. Damn. But anyways, the event was Brew at the Zoo. So Carlos stepped up to DJ for me. My homeboy Anthony stepped up to help with the photo booth and make sure that the lights that I set up weren't going to have any issues, and if they did, he would be able to fix it. And then one of the new girls I sent to work with Anthony so she'd get used to working the photo booth. Because I like having 2 people at the photo booth, especially if it's going to be busy. It's good to have 2 people, and especially if I needed Anthony to bounce around. Because of them, I was able to go, and it was mainly Carlos having my back and Anthony, because I could trust them for what they were going to do. Carlos knows how to DJ. I could trust him. And then Anthony, he just knows about sound engineering, and he knew about the lighting. And so just give him this is what I did. This is how I connected everything. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I spent 2 days setting up the lighting there at the Brew at the Zoo. Was it 2 days? Yeah, it was 2 days. Yeah. Because I was trying to DMX in one of the areas from one light to another, to another, to another. And, I thought I was getting power from up top. And then when I got there, they were like, no, you're the maintenance guy was like, no, you can't grab power from there. You're going to blow the fuse. You have to grab power from somewhere else. They're bringing a generator and they're putting it way over there. And I was like, all right, so now I got to run a cable from there all along the fence and then go up this post. And then from each section of those lights, it's a 20-foot span. So then I have to run a cable extension cord and wire it out to the next set of lights. And then from there, wire it out again.
So let me ask you this, because I'm kind of getting like flashbacks to events I've done at the theater and requests I have from like people who have bringing equipment to do things or whatever. Do you what the client or whoever hired you or whoever's working maintenance that day, how well do you work with them, or do they work with you on certain situations? Because I know every time you come in to do something at the theater, or at least 2 times or something that you came in, I was like, what do you need? I can get you whatever you want. Power over here. Do you need extension? I'm trying to help you be as good as you can.
Which is awesome.
Thanks. And it makes me wonder, like, how are the other clients? Like, how do you prefer, like, okay, just tell me where the power is and that's it? Like, what do you prefer?
I do like knowing where the power's at. And like their maintenance guy, I did like knowing that, we can blow the fuses. Because I guess the way it's rigged up there, the new facility that they have for events, they just tapped into the old wires. Yeah. They didn't actually go all the way back to the main box and give them a brand new circuit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Fuck. But that's how that whole zoo is like, we're just going to work off of this. So, the first visit, they were like, oh, yeah, you can tap in there. And then when I got there, the guys were like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. And I was like,
nice try. No.
Fuck. I was like, all right, then I'll have to be back tomorrow to finish this job. but let me get all the lights set up with what I do have. And then I just got to come back with extra extension cords, extra zip ties, and extra power connectors to make sure all this fucking works the way I need to, other than the wires. That's what it was. And that's what it took. I was just like, fuck me, man, that's not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I was expecting something different. I wasn't, in my mind, I was like, oh, this is going to be quick.
Yeah.
But once he told me that, I was like, oh, we are not going to get done today.
I know it's one of the tough things with when you're working with somebody like externally or like the hiring process of the job, right? And then you don't really talk to them until the day of or 2 days before, or like how do you check in? Like,
it varies. It varies. I don't have a procedure policy in terms of like by this day we need to do this. No, it's just kind of flows. I give my information. I was like, all right. And especially if they tell me, oh yeah, we have power, blah blah blah, blue. Oh, I feel pretty confident.
Yeah.
But I do a site visit, and the site visit's always before the event. And so when we did the site visit, some of the things we talked about was the stuff on the outside, but we didn't really talk about that main area, except that like, you can get power up there. All right, cool. It was a different maintenance guy that was like the day that I was going to set up. It was like, you know you can't tap into those, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what? Fuck me, bro.
Yeah.
This is not what I came prepared for. And I didn't want to step on his toes. Somebody else that worked for, for the city told me one thing.
Yeah.
Actually, two different people told me one thing, one maintenance guy and somebody else. And but this maintenance guy said, no, we can't do that. And I was like, fuck, dude. All right. Oh. All right. It is what it is.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that people don't realize is you can only plug so many things into one spot too.
Yeah.
Now that you have a house, Walter, are you finding out that one breaker is controlling way too many things?
No, you know what's even worse is when they're not labeled.
Oh, that's a fun part. That's like scavenger hunt right there.
No, it's not fun. It is not fun when you're trying to deal with, Wi-Fi being out.
Oh.
And, kids and whatnot.
I will say my residential wiring class that I took at Cuesta helped me understand how homes are wired.
Right.
So like the outlet in your bathroom, that has to be on its own separate circuit, which is why it's GFCI. Your lights can be all on the same circuit. And then they should be separated: kitchen, living room, bedrooms. Like all the outlets in the living room can be on one circuit.
Yeah.
But they should be separate from all the outlets that are in the bedroom.
It just sucks. Some is also dependent on how it was built.
Oh, when it was built.
When it was built and how it was built.
Yeah,
so some of our stuff was like kitchen and the one outside. So it's like, oh, that doesn't help. Or it's like this section of the living room with the other section of the living room. Well, that's stupid.
Or half the living room.
It's definitely much like that. And none of it's labeled. So.
Wait, was this like maybe a small house that somebody remodeled and expanded and just
these houses were built like
into it.
God, when these houses were built in, I don't know, probably mid 2000s. I think. I don't remember.
Oh, they should have been up.
All I'm saying is when we were changing out our outlets. Me and my wife were changing out the outlets with some newer ones because the other ones didn't really hold anything else plugged in well enough. Yeah, it would like slip out.
And I have venues that still have that issue, and I'm like, you need to change those out.
And they're so easy to change out too.
Oh yeah, we'll put in an order. And I come back a year later, I'm like, dude, you still have the same fucking issue. Yeah. This is not reliable.
They're not that hard. And I mean, you just have to make sure the power's off. And then, me and my wife were both doing certain ones, but we had to make sure. So it was her going to the switch box and, it'd be like, which one did that one do? And it's like, oh, the garage lights. Okay. And then either she popped it off or I think she ended up labeling them. But still, you had to find a scavenger hunt, if you will, like you said.
Yeah. Every outlet, plug something in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
When we lived at an apartment over by Oak Park, we were trying to plug in something in an outlet, and I can't remember, and it wasn't turning on. And so we plugged it into the outlet right under it. Like, they're all in the same one. Wasn't turning on. So we plugged it into, like, the wall next to it. It was fine. So we call electrician out. He goes, oh, that outlet's not plugged into, like, it's not connected to anything. Like, there's no wires. It's just an outlet.
Oh, it's just the box.
I'm like,
that's fucked
are you
up,
serious?
Man.
So I think, I don't know, maybe there's a minimum outlets that an apartment needs, but they just fucked around and put it in there.
What could have happened too is they could have accidentally made a hole. Through the drywall, an accident.
But they have cover plates, so I don't know. Why. They probably had extra outlets.
They probably just said, "Oh,
we don't have a cover plate.
Maybe
we got an outlet. Well, put it in there."
Yeah. Maybe it was for the open house and they forgot to take it out.
Possibly,
just could have been something like that.
But it was the funniest thing because we were like, "What the hell's wrong?" And the electrician's like, "It's not connected to anything."
So was there wires there for it? Or it just wasn't.
He didn't open it that far. Okay. All he told me was like it's not connected to anything. Like there's no power.
He didn't pull it out.
I think he did pull it out, but that's what he. I think that's what he didn't show me. He just says like.
But you guys didn't pull it out initially.
No. Yeah, he did. And I mean, I don't want to do something and then the apartment's like, "Why'd you do that?" And I'm like, "Oh, because."
Oh, that's true. Well, yeah, usually
the apartment shit wasn't working, motherfucker.
The apartment's kind of.
And I wrote you my letter a month ago.
Oh yeah, I love that part.
Yeah,
you can submit service request, but they'll take forever to fix them.
Yeah, they don't do it within 30 days or a certain. I believe the law is 30 days.
There's a specific law, but nobody knows.
You can hire somebody and then send them the bill, and they have to reimburse you.
Do they have an inbox or something? Like an old-fashioned little Dropbox?
Maybe.
It goes straight to the furnace. That's why.
Oh, it goes straight into the furnace. Yeah,
that's why you have great heating.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we're an hour and a half in. Dang. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
That's a long one.
I know. Thank you, Manuel, for
You're welcome.
stopping by. Again, where can they find you?
This is first we got to do our time to go.
Manly.
Yeah. You got some.
You can find me at
we need a pub cloud.
MedinaLSD.com. Or you can find me on Instagram at MedinaLSD. And the old Facebook at Medina LSD.
And MySpace.
I really wanted one of those. They were cool.
I'm expecting like Grindr to be thrown in there or something. Wait, no, that's not the one you want.
MSN Messenger. Hotmail.
There you go.
Player 69.
I'm at AOL. Just kidding.
Oh, my God.
Some people still have email at AOL. Just so you know.
Well, because it's easier to keep it than change it.
Just say your old one from back then.
Hotmail. Some people still have Hotmail, even though you can just update it. Yeah.
If anything, just look up Medina Light Show Designs in Paso Robles. You'll find me.
Yeah. Hold your hand up like this, and then I'll type it in.
The little
ding, kind of. I'll try. I've never done that.
That was hard to do. I am not flexible, dude.
Oh, this morning, Crystal's looking at me, and she goes, "Is your nose crooked? Turn your head." I'm like, "Okay." Turn your head. I'm like, I am turning it. I'm not flexible. My shoulder gets in the way. So I'm like, I'm trying. And she's like,
drop your shoulder.
She's like, babe, when am I ever like, I'm going to try this today just to make sure that way later when she asks, I can do it. It's just, so in the middle of her asking me like, is my nose crooked or not? And I'm like, I can't. And she goes, you can't go farther? I'm like, no, like I can't. I got scared a little bit. But anyway, that's enough of me.
Turn your head.
I can't turn. I got to. To be honest, I just got to work on flexibility.
No, I'm trying it. I'm like, how far do I go? Let's see.
My thought got ruined.
Come on, Walter. Oh shit.
Yeah, he's doing something right. All right, let's
get out of here.
Like, subscribe. You guys know the deal.
Peace out.
Boom, boom.